Just like a star, just like an angel. You have appeared, feel like I'll never. Just like a star, just like oil. Oh, to love you. And I want you just like a star, just like an angel. You have appeared, feel like I'll never.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel at Glow with Ava. This is Ava and welcome to another series of Glowmas.
Just like a star across my sky, just like an angel off the page. You have appeared to my life.
Glowmas is, if you are new to this channel, a series where I post every single video throughout December to kind of introduce you guys to beauty, skincare, lifestyle, recipe, all of that for a glowing skin, glowing health, and glowing lifestyle to round off a beautiful year and get you guys a good start to the new year in January. So I have a lot of videos and giveaways to keep you guys entertained for this entire month of December. So once again, this video has an exciting giveaway as well. So you have to watch the very end to get that little tip for you to enter this official giveaway that you can enter on this channel as well as on my YouTube, where you can enter it on this channel as well as my Instagram at Glow with Ava. Make sure to subscribe to my channel below and also follow me on Instagram for those exciting perks as well. So today's video is going to be a full face of Kjaer Weis. I already shared this exact look on Kjaer Weis's Instagram takeover stories and you guys seem to love that look, so I figured, you know what, I'm going to do a full video here on YouTube to share with you guys who haven't been able to see that takeover series and just kind of leave a permanent mark here on YouTube for this kind of a look. Today I created a very easy, minimal, everyday kind of look using their products, and the best thing about this is that you can either keep it really minimal or build up the coverage to make it more glam. One thing highlights my beauty journey of 2019, it has to be that I have quickly fallen in love with clean beauty and clean makeup, partially because of brands like Kjaer Weis. I love their brand philosophy, their formulations, their efficacy, and just the overall finish of their products. So if you guys want to see how I created this look today, then let's keep watching. You know by now that every single get ready with me starts off with a little bit of lip balm. So I'm going to introduce you guys to this little amazing kit from Kjaer Weis. It's their collection palette where you can kind of sort your favorite collections in this palette that is so easy to travel with, and I just keep this on my vanity and use it almost every single day. So I have my lip tint here, foundation, blush, bronzer, and my pressed eyeshadows right here. So I'm going to go in with this lip balm first. It's a very pigmented lip tint. It's very, very creamy as you can see. And it's got a little corally pinkish tint. That's very lovely. I'm going to use this Kjaer Weis brush right here to kind of blend it out a little more. God, in the wintertime my lips get so chapped, as you can see, like, look at that. Applying lip balm before lipstick is so essential to me, and I feel like my lips are already cracking right now, but this will still help. Now we can officially start. So I already have my skin prep done and I'm just going to go in with their foundation. This is their foundation. It's another very creamy foundation that lathers on really nicely. It's a very creamy formula that almost acts like a concealer as well. I would say this is a pretty pigmented, high coverage foundation in my opinion, because it can even act like a concealer. But at the same time, it's really not heavy. I feel like I'm not wearing anything when I'm wearing this. Okay, so I just kind of put it all over my face right now, and usually I kind of rub it with my fingers and stuff, but my face is a little sensitized from like skincare from last night. I reacted pretty badly to one. So I'm just gonna go in with a little sponge like this and mist it with water. Then I'm just going to kind of blend that out after so I don't have to rub my face with my fingers. And then lastly, I'm just going to use a big brush like this to kind of just blend the very last parts out. I will say if you use your fingers, the coverage is slightly higher, obviously, because no pigment is getting lost through the brush. But I feel like sometimes you just need a brush to kind of give it a little bit more of a natural finish. But this foundation is one of the more expensive foundations that I've seen out there. And at first I was like, whoa, this is too expensive. But after using it, I really think it is worth the cost, because not only is it high coverage, but also it lasts a long time and it really feels weightless on the skin. Don't even really use powder as much after this, because it does still give like kind of like a matte finish. And maybe that's why Kjaer Weis just doesn't have powders on their website as well. So this is the finished product with just one layer on, kind of all over my face, and this acted like a concealer as well as foundation. And the foundation itself, like this little square, is $68. I said earlier, it is pretty damn expensive. But if you get a refillable one like this, so for example, if you get this kit and then you just buy the square without the kind of thing that it comes in with, it's only $40. Difference of like $28, which is unheard of. I think that is so crazy that this little thing is $28, but at the same time, that's a brand's philosophy. They want you to be sustainable. They want you to be eco-friendly as well. After I get my collection of like these little tints or the collection kit, I'm never going to buy the actual packaging. I'm only going to buy the refillable ones. And I love this overall finish, but I am looking a little pale, so I'm going to go in with a bronzer. And the bronzer from Kjaer Weis is one of my absolute favorite products. I've introduced this so many times on Instagram and YouTube as well. It was also part of my favorite cream products video on YouTube, so you guys know how much I love this product. So this is the one right here, and it's in shade Dazzling. And there are many different ways you can apply it. You can use a brush like this and apply it directly and then on your face, but my favorite way to apply it after experimenting is actually just applying it on my finger. It's a very creamy texture, and then applying it straight onto my face like this. And as you can see, I have this little pimple growing on right there, and I can just hide that with the bronzer. And the thing about these products is that they last a pretty long time. I feel like I've used this bronzer almost on a daily basis for the last month or two. I haven't even made a really big dent on this, which is pretty good. And I think that's why their products are worth it, because they really do last a long time. So for the bronzer, for example, getting it in like this little thing is $56, but if you get the refillable one only, then it is $32. So that's another really big price discount. After I put it on my face like this, I just kind of quickly blend it out with a brush. You can obviously use your fingers as well, but using a brush like this gives the most natural and subtle finish, and you can kind of just blend it over a larger area and spread that down. So right here in the neck area, I like spreading it down to my neck so that it doesn't look like you're just having like a one streak of line across your chin. Okay, the other side as well. What I love about these bronzers is that even after just putting one layer on, it's easily buildable. So I just wanted one more layer just because I felt like the finish was a little too subtle. So today I want to go in with some slightly more of a bronze look. So then I just apply one more layer and continue to build that on. So that goes the same with their foundation, their bronzer, as well as blush. It's a very, very bold, buildable kind of coverage without it looking tacky or kind of pilling on the skin either. And as you saw, like the foundation or this, you see no pilling at all. A lot of the times when I use cream products, I feel like it pills on the skin because you're kind of like rubbing it on the skin a little more, but it gives a really nice satin kind of finish. You can also use a bronzer on your eyes as well if you want, but today we're going to use another eyeshadow. Alright, so that is the finish with the bronzer. I always like using bronzer right after my foundation before I go in with the rest of my makeup, because I want to see how my face is overall looking with that kind of dimension in, and it just gives your face a little bit more structure, you know? Okay, so now I'm just going to go in with highlighter. I just want to see how the highlighter and the bronzer kind of blend together because I don't want it to look separate. So this highlighter was actually gifted to me from the dorm store. They also carry Kjaer Weis products, and this is their highlighter in Radiance, and it's basically the same kind of product line as the bronzer. These two colors go in really well. So once again, I just liked dabbing it in with my fingers and kind of blending that out overall. The highlighter, I can just easily go in with my fingers and just kind of dab it in. So a lot of people have asked how this compares to the RMS Living Luminizer. I think this one compares more to like the RMS Magic Luminizer than the Living Luminizer, just because it gives more of that glow. And the formulas of Kjaer Weis highlighters are a lot more creamier than the RMS ones. So it depends on how creamy of a product that you like. I don't know, I still love both products, but I think when I want more of that glow, then I would definitely go in with the Kjaer Weis one. The Living Luminizer I think is one that you just wear on a daily basis where you don't want to give off that really strong glow at all. But this just like applies really beautifully on the skin and still gives a really subtle finish. So I'm just going to apply a little bit underneath my eyebrows as well. And this. And the Radiance and the Dazzling color just blend in so well together. That's why I kind of like using this right one after the other. So I can see how the color kind of pairs together and adds like the overall dimension to my face. Do you guys see that glow? Really liking it. Okay, so now that we're finally done, we're gonna go in with eyeshadow first. I have never paid this much money for an eyeshadow color. Okay. An entire eyeshadow palette for $45? Yes, I paid for that, but I'm talking about a single color, guys. A single color for $45. I don't think any other beauty brand costs this much other than maybe Tom Ford, but Kjaer Weis has their single pressed eyeshadow, and this little thing is $45, guys, okay? Once again, if you get the refillable one, it is only $29, so that is another really big difference, and I would highly recommend you guys just getting refillable ones because I feel like these two colors are everyday colors for me, and I'm going to keep refilling them. They're shade Grace and Charmed. So I'm going to go in with slightly of the darker shade right here, Grace, and then I'm going to just kind of give a little bit more dimension up here. And back to the price talk. So I already mentioned earlier that I think the foundation is kind of worth their money. I still think it's a little too expensive, but it really is a good product. But I think the most underrated product from Kjaer Weis is actually their eyeshadows, okay? So if you see on their webpage, they're bestsellers and everything, and they're known for their blushes, their cream foundations and everything. However, I personally think their eyeshadows, the pressed eyeshadows, are the best products that they have. So now I'm gonna go in with a lighter shade right here in Charmed, and I'm just going to sweep that all over my eyelid. And you can see by me applying, I'm not really an eyeshadow expert at all, but the fact that I can just kind of lightly sweep this over my eyelid, it already creates a whole look, okay? It just makes a huge difference in this little small color. It's so ironic because it's just one simple color, but a lot of companies can't nail the color down or the formula down because a lot of times it just doesn't apply nicely. It's really hard for me to explain what it is about these eyeshadows that I can't find in other simple eyeshadow colors, but not only is the color perfect, the formula is great, the finish is great, the lasting effect is amazing, and it just makes me look so alive without making it look like I have a chunk of eyeshadow on my face. Like if, for example, if I went to my fiance with this face and I told him I had no makeup on, he would probably believe me because he can't even like tell the difference of eyeshadows. While as a lot of times he comments on how strong my eyeshadows are and he hates that. But whenever I wear this, he says he loves the look. When men comment on it, that's how you know you did a good job. Alright, so that is it for the eyeshadows. I'm not using any of their cream eyeshadows, but they do have some lovely 4 colors of cream eyeshadows. I do have the one in navy blue. So I'm gonna have to show you guys how I use this in another video next time. Maybe I'll do it like a little blue smoky eye look, but today I wanted to focus on an everyday, simple, effortless look with Kjaer Weis. The only product that I actually don't have from Kjaer Weis is their mascara. So if you guys have used it before, let me know your thoughts on it because I would love to try that one. But let me just get my eyelashes done and then I'll come back to you. Okay, I'm back with my mascara done, and the last step we have left is the blush and lips. So the blush I'm going to be going in with today is this shade right here. But first of all, this shade, if you just look at it, and even if I swatch it right here, it's a really dark color. So when I first got this, I was like, whoa, I can't use this color. And I just kind of tried it on the whim, and as you can see, like even right now, it just looks a lot darker for my skin, and definitely not a shade that I would have usually gone for. But I'm gonna use the same brush and just kind of blend out. So remember this color right now, and let me show you after I blend that color out. Look at that, it just became a really gorgeous hue, and you can't even like see that shade in my face anymore. I like honestly don't know where that color pigment went, but it just really blends nicely with the bronzer, highlighter, and my overall face color. And I feel like this color would match a lot of different skin tones. and which show up kind of differently according to the shade of your skin. But on my fair skin, it shows up really nicely in a way that I never would have expected. So I'm just gonna kind of dab it in here again and apply another layer just because it was so subtle and I kind of want the blush to stand out a little more today. So that's probably why people love their blushes so much, because their color scheme is amazing. I definitely want to try some more of their blushes and test out how the colors look on my skin tone. But so far this blush has been working really well for me. And now we have our last step, which is the lip. So they also have a lot of lipsticks out there. I don't have any of their lipsticks, but I do have their lip pencil. This is in color Faded. And the good thing about their lip pencils is that it's really easy to build up the coverage and kind of keep layering on and make it look like an overall lipstick. So because I have the lip tint on already from earlier, I'm just gonna start from the top and keep building that up. So that's the finished lip, and as you can see, these kind of lip pencils, you can kind of make it to make your lips look more plump and voluminous. So I really dig this pinkish lip that gives a really accent to some of the more muted tones that I use on my overall face, especially the blush. Okay, so this is the finished look, guys. I've been really enjoying filming these really simple no makeup looks, and I feel like those are the looks that you guys enjoy the most as well. So I'm gonna keep this coming throughout Glomas. I really hope you guys have been enjoying my series of videos on Glomas so far. But as I promised earlier on in the video, I do have an exciting giveaway that I'm partnering up with Kjaer Weis for. So thank you so much if you have come this far, and I have some of the giveaway instructions down below as well as my Instagram. So if you have come this far, this is where the bonus entries begin. You can get +5 entries if you can comment any kind of Christmas emoji on any of my last 5 posts starting on December the 3rd. Then I will give you 5 extra entries for this Kjaer Weis giveaway. And I very much appreciate all of your support. If you aren't subscribed already, please subscribe to my channel below, follow me on Instagram, and hit that bell notification for future giveaways this month as well. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I love you, fam.